Gavin Newsom, the fearless governor of California, signed into law a ban saying, hey, school districts cannot put a policy in place that requires a teacher or administrator alert a parent, family, guardian, whatever it might be, if the child that goes to school there is wanting to change names, wanting to change pronouns, having issues with gender dysphoria, whatever it might be. It is now illegal for somebody to tell the parents this. Now, it used to be there was no law around this and it was just district policy.
Yes.
So you could have had more conservative districts say, hey, look, man, if little Johnny over there comes in and says, call me Jane, we have to alert the parents. Or little Johnny comes over there and says, I'm Jane and I want to use the girls' restroom. We have to let the parent or guardian know. Now, and a lot of school districts said, no, we won't do that. But it was up to the school district. Now the state came in and said, nobody gets to do it. That's not a policy that's in place in Idaho.
No, quite the opposite. And of course, West State got ahead of that as well. And when we sort of changed that policy, I guess 18 months, 24 months before it was necessarily relevant. But I mean, that's Idaho, right? I mean, one of the things that is part of our culture is that we like to allow local decisions, and a lot of times people don't like the local decisions, and you see fights from the other side saying,
sure,
we want to impose these, a more conservative decision on other places. And for the most part, you're talking about local control, and that's just not the type of thing that's going to happen in California,
right?
So, but I mean, but again, it's like,
but to be clear, West Ada's policy is the opposite of that.
Mandatory parental notification.
Mandatory parental
notification. So the policy is functionally a procedure. Actually, I won't go into the details why, but anyway. So there are now laws that are around this as well. Some of them are being enjoined. Anyway, it's a big mess for reasons that you might understand. But let me tell you how things work today, and will continue to work until we are forced to do otherwise. If there's ever any conditions where they're considered gender dysphoric in any sense, that's an issue that needs to be addressed by people that are professionals in it. So it's sent to the school counselors who have specific training in these types of issues. It cannot be done individually by a teacher or a gym teacher or a TA or anything like that. If this is something that happens, then has to be mandatory. Go to the professionals that are in our district who are trained to deal with these issues. The second aspect of it is that any decisions that are made on anything associated with that have a mandatory requirement of parental involvement and assent. Like, they literally have to sign a paper saying, okay, I understand this is what's happening. My child is going to be treated for this condition, and they have to be part of that actual. They are mandatory to actually be brought in. So there's no scenario where you're going to have individual teachers or TAs or anything else do anything that is associated with gender treatment for children that happens without notifying the parents. That's a specific California thing. That's the way they want to do it. They get to run the state the way that they want to run their state. But it's definitely not the way that it works in Idaho, and it's definitely not the way that it works in the West Ada School District. So.
And even before the counselor, I just want to make this point clear.
Yeah.
Say you have this problem, it gets referred to the counselor.
Yeah. Before
the counselor takes action, you need parental consent. It's not like we've been treating your kid for the last 3 months and we just wanted you to know.
Yeah.
It's no. This got referred to me. I'm getting you on the phone right now. Let's circle the wagons. Let's identify what can be done, what we can offer, what we can't offer. Who's going to be offering it. And by the way, you have to agree to this. And if you don't agree to this, we're not doing anything, and that's fine. That's right. Totally on you as the parent. We're just saying we have these resources to offer you.
That's exactly right.
God bless America, Dave Benetti.
And listen, I mean, and look, I mean, I think the parents have, I mean, it's right ethically, it's right morally, it's right legally. It's just the right thing to do. I mean, you don't make major changes I mean, that's the whole reason you have parents. I mean, kids make all kinds of decisions. They grow out of decisions sometimes. Sometimes the decisions are permanent. We just simply don't want to. I mean, this is no-brainer stuff. There's nothing about this should be controversial. It says a little bit about the world that we're living in, that it is controversial, but it shouldn't even be remotely controversial. Parents have a right to know about their kids, period, end of story.